Sure. So there's not really kind of like a gold, silver, bronze tier within the executive briefing center itself. Essentially, if you meet the acceptance criteria, which is already a pretty high bar to have a briefing at the Redmond EBC, the experience is the same. The only distinction, with what we call our marquee accounts, which I don't think they even know that they're marquee, because again, it gets a little politically challenging when you're designating, you're a more important customer to us than another.
I'm sure.
But there's more of an unofficial list, and those that have an executive sponsor on our senior leadership team or executive team. Really, the difference for those customers is executive participation. So our CEO may come and sit in on a session or have lunch, or their executive sponsor will join them for the engagement. That's really the only, I think, difference of what maybe the top 10% of engagements would have that the rest don't. Generally, they're all the same service level. We don't provide for transportation or lodging or any of that. The customer pays all of their own expenses to come, so that there's not a tiering there. But essentially,
Sure.
It is a consistent. I mean, it's a very high level offering for everyone.
Interesting.
With
Between the different centers, if I had a opportunity, or I'm a sales account team member that wants to get a prospect or customer into some sort of specialized engagement, we want to take that next step beyond what I could offer through a traditional Teams call. How do you look at that criteria, as far as, is it about the agenda that's being requested, or about the level of customers as far as routing a particular engagement request to something like an experience center or the MTC offering that you have?
Yeah, outside of being a strategic customer or having an opportunity or deal size of a certain threshold, those are kind of the more formal criteria. The other softer criteria are, say, is it an industry influencer? It may not be a big financial opportunity, but they are the leader in healthcare, and we want to have. So we would accept them as a briefing there. Or if it's a smaller account, we might encourage them to do a multi-account briefing. So we do multi-account briefings of smaller groups, either within a region or within a specific industry or around a specific topic or solution area, or kind of the three pivots, I guess, for those types of engagements. So that's another way that the smaller accounts could have a briefing in Redmond. Outside of that, we would refer them typically to their local MTC, or to one of our experience centers. Right now we only have EC Asia open, so that may not be a viable option. But as we roll out those centers in our major geographies, that will be the next step landing place for those smaller engagement types.